and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is one that I've wanted to do for so long and I'm finally getting around to doing it, and basically I don't want it to be too long, so I'm going to get straight into it. And it is my fitness tips, but for those with willpower. So this, like, fitness and health, healthy eating is something that I've really got into recently. And I've always been careful about what I eat, and I've always been conscious of working out, but I've always just done it for an event or for something that I was doing. I just kind of did it say for a month until I reached my thing that I was doing it for, and then I would just go back to maybe eating crap and, you know, not being good. And I just want this to be more of a lifestyle. I'm kind of just sick of, you know, just always lusting after that perfect body, whatever that may be, and never quite getting it, because I don't have the willpower to keep going, and I don't have the willpower to be strict. And basically this video is quite, you might think it's quite extreme, or you might not think it's quite extreme, depends how into fitness you are and how into healthy eating you are. Yeah, this isn't a hugely an exercise video. I'm going to do a separate one on that. It's more about healthy eating and what you're putting in your mouth. And so you might think it's extreme or whatever, but I think if you're wanting, it's okay if you're maybe quite big and you're wanting to lose a lot of weight, because just just cutting out junk food is going to have a huge impact and you're going to lose weight. But if you're starting off, say at a reasonable weight, you're not overweight as such, but you just want to really tone up and just lose that little bit of fat that's really bothering you, then you're gonna have to be much more strict with yourself and doing much more, I guess, extreme things, and just really have amazing willpower to carry it through. And that's when I see the most results. So yeah, also I just want to say this video is completely just my opinion and what I think. There are so many opinions out there on food and what you should be eating, what you shouldn't be eating, and how much of it you should be eating. And yeah, it's very opinionated. Obviously there's research that's done, but people have a lot of opinions on this. So if you don't agree, and if this doesn't work for your body, then that is absolutely fine. But I just wanted to share what works for me, and yeah, if it helps anyone, then great. So I've got 10 tips. I wrote them down on my phone that I'm gonna go through, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so my first tip is probably the most important one, and it is being educated, knowing what is in your food and knowing how much of it you're actually supposed to have, food group wise. So carbohydrates, protein, fibre, fat, sugar, all of those things, how much of it you should be eating, and yeah, where you should be getting those nutrients from, which foods. So it was something that I find really useful, and which has really been a main driver for me in my goal to get fit and get the body that I want, has been my Fitness Pal. I think it's very, very popular, so you may have already heard of it. It's an app that you can get on your phone, and basically you just input your height, your weight, and the goal that you want to reach, and it then tells you how many calories that you should be eating per day. So for example, for me it says I should be eating 1,200 calories, so that's my goal every day, and each day I put in exactly what I'm eating. So for lunch, dinner, breakfast, snacks, everything that I've eaten that day. And you can scan barcodes on food and it'll go into the app, so you don't have to actually put in the calories and put in the sugar content. It's all there. And what I like about it even more is that you can actually just not even set calorie goals, but set food goals. So you're going to be eating, I don't know, 60 grams of carbohydrates per day. Your sugar goal is 24 grams. Your protein goal is 100 grams. And then you can really see like what you're going over, because you might be under your calories, or you know, you might be hitting your calories fine, but you might have way overeaten in sugar or way overeaten in carbs, which is usually what I do. And I think it's really amazing just finding out what is in food. I had no idea what I was eating before. I thought I was being healthy. I had no idea. I was eating bananas for breakfast, then I'd have apples for snack. Fruit was really the main thing that surprised me, because I was eating a lot of fruit and it has so much sugar in it. And I know it's not the same sugar that is in a Jaffa cake or a lollipop, but it is still sugar, and it's still going to change into fat. That is what sugar does. So although it's different sugar and it has fibre in it, there is a lot of that sugar that's still going to turn into fat, basically. So that still counts towards your daily intake of sugar. Like, for example, a woman should have no more than 24 grams of sugar. Now, a banana, that's a day, a banana has 18 grams of sugar in it. So say you even have 2 bananas. I mean, actually, if you just had a banana and an apple, a banana has 18 grams, an apple has about 13 grams of sugar in it. So you're already, just by eating a banana and an apple a day, way over your sugar intake. So really the main thing that I have learned for me is that I need to cut back on fruit. So I replace that with veg. And when people say you should be eating 5 fruit and veg a day, really it should be 5 veg and fruit a day. You should really just be concentrating on the veg and getting your fibre from your veg and your other like high fibre foods. Because fruit is a killer when it comes to sugar, and it's fine, as I said before, when you're slightly bigger and you're trying to lose like quite a lot of weight. You're still going to be losing weight because you're cutting out junk food, but if you're just trying to lose a few pounds and get toned, then you're not going to lose the weight if you're eating a lot of fruit and a lot of high carbs. Carbs are like the devil when it comes to weight loss. I can't cut them out completely, and I don't think you should. I don't think you should cut anything out completely. But it is amazing that what carbs are in. They're just in everything. Like, it's so difficult to cut them out. But doing this app really shows me exactly, like, it shows you a pie chart of your carb intake, and then where those carbs were, if they were in your breakfast, your lunch, like what foods they actually came from. Honestly, get the app, MyFitnessPal, it's so good. And yeah, just be educated, research things. There's so much research out there, and look at low carb foods, and look at low sugar foods, look at low sugar fruits. You know, because like things like berries, strawberries and blueberries and blackberries, all of those fruits are low in sugar in terms of like fruit. So just avoid the ones that have high sugar intakes. You know, if you don't want to, like, if you really love fruit, then focus on berries. Don't eat bananas. Be educated. It's all about knowing your food, having knowledge. Knowledge is power. Okay, so my second tip, I've kind of already said, it's about sugar and avoiding it like the plague. 24 grams is actually not a lot. You might think, oh my god, I've got 24 grams of sugar to eat today. No, like, sugar is in a lot of things, like a lot of things. It's in veg, you know, it's in fruit, it's in salads, it's in things that you think are healthy, but they're going to have sugar in it. You know, almost everything has at least a couple of grams of sugar in it. So that's going to count towards your daily intake. So you really can't be eating anything with a lot of sugar in it, which unfortunately does include fruit. And obviously it includes things like cookies, biscuits, sweets, chocolate, cake. All of that has an extremely high sugar intake and sugar content in it. And also fruit juice. Do not drink fruit juice. Like, just don't do it. It has such high, I mean, I was looking at one of those little innocent smoothies, 26 grams of sugar in one smoothie. That's you went over your daily intake, like, already, and you're just having one smoothie. It's just not worth it. And for me, the only time I do have fruit juice is in the morning, but it's literally 25 ml, which is a tiny amount. And that is only because for some reason, I can't have water when I first wake up in the morning. Like, I just don't like the taste of water when, like, I've had nothing else to eat. So when I'm making my breakfast, instead of having the big pint glass of orange juice that I used to have and used to think that was healthy, I now have my pint glass and I fill it up, literally 25 ml of orange juice, fill it up with water. So it's heavily diluted, but I'm still getting the taste of the orange juice. So yeah, just really, really watch your sugar, because so many people that are just like literally when they don't eat sugar, they lose so much weight. And there's so many books out there of like a no sugar diet. Now I don't know, I'm assuming that would be extremely difficult, because even keeping to 24 grams is extremely difficult for me. But yeah, it's just all about sugar and carbs. Okay, so my third tip is staying on the food theme, fibre and protein. You want to be getting as much fibre and protein into your body as possible. It's so easy to go over the 24 grams of sugar, but it's so difficult to reach your protein goal. And I can't even remember what mine is, but I never reach it on the app that I use, MyFitnessPal. I think it's like 100 grams of protein, because really when you're working out, you need to be replacing your... You need to be eating a lot of protein to build up that muscle and to get toned. Yeah, my goal is 120 grams of protein a day, which is high, and I really struggle to reach that every day. So you just want to be eating things like eggs, fish, chicken, nuts, all those kind of foods. You know, when you're making a meal, like forget the potatoes, forget the pasta, forget the bread, forget the doughy things, the rice, forget those, and just have your meat or your fish or your eggs with veg. I know it's not the most exciting thing in the world, but in fact it actually can be. Like I love like making for my chicken, my pesto on my salmon, my seeds in my salad. Like I do make things interesting, but I can see why, you know, if you're not that passionate about food, then it might be difficult to, you know, think up interesting things. You know, you just want to eat your comfort food. But yeah, just stay away from the carbs and really focus on foods that are going to give you fibre, because fibre is so important for your digestive system, and because you're not eating as much fruit, you need to be getting that fibre from somewhere else. So yeah, focus on fibre and protein, and even like fats. Like there is a lot of good fats that you need for your body, and you shouldn't see fat as the enemy. Look at carbs and sugar as the enemy, and like avocado is really high in fat, but it's good fat. Nuts are high in fat, but it's good fat. So you need those nutrients. If you're eating, you know, a good amount of fat, but you're not eating carbs, you're not going to be putting on weight. Yes, so fibre, protein. That's all that's in your vision. Okay, so my fourth tip is all about portion size. Portion size is everything. It really, really is. Like even if you're being healthy and you're eating too much of it, then you're still gonna not be seeing the results that you want to see. So things like, if you are wanting to have fruit, if you're wanting some strawberries or some blueberries, then if you used to have 10, just have 5 strawberries. Just have 7 blueberries instead of the 10. Like little things matter. And when you're like, you know, portioning out your veg or your fish, just like if that was the amount that you would used to have, just cut it down by like a quarter or a third, then you'll see a difference even doing that. Portion size is everything. Okay, so 5th tip, or this really should be a warning, but yes, being healthy, cooking healthy food, buying healthy food, it is, for me, more time consuming and more expensive. That's just a fact. Junk food is cheap, it's easy, you can buy a packet of donuts for 50 pence or, you know, £1. You can buy one of those microwavable burgers, shove it in the microwave and you're done in a couple of minutes. You can buy a pizza, put it in the oven. You know, it's junk food make it so easy. These companies, they make it so easy for people. They play into people's lack of time and greed. A lot of the time it comes down to greed. Human beings weren't made to have all of this food readily available to them, and we do get greedy. I have been there. I have binged. I have ate bars of chocolate, donuts, pizzas. Like I've done it all. So I know how it feels to like really be just so tempted by it all. But honestly, healthy food can taste amazing. I am loving my diet just now. And but what I'm saying though is just be aware that it does take more time in the kitchen to cook it and prep it, and a lot of the time it is more expensive. But just get to know the shops and like maybe when to go and get the good deals. Like Marks and Spencer's food, amazing. I love Marks and Spencer's food. So when I finish work, I go to Marks and Spencer's because that's when they're chopping down the prices and they're selling things for like so cheap, and I always like get my bargains in there. So it's just like being aware and trying to get it as cheaply as you can. But it is a bit more expensive, but also you're eating less. You're not eating as much, so just be like really just make things like do you over 2 or 3 days instead of just having it all in the one night. So that'll be much more cost effective. Okay, routine. Get a routine, whether that be with your food and your exercise. I find it like most easiest when I get to know the meals that work for me and just keep them going. So if you have a certain meal every Monday night, or if you have something twice a week, like just get to know what works for you. And the same with your exercise. Like I write out a schedule, like Tuesday I jog, Wednesday I do a HIIT workout, and Thursday I stretch, like things like that. Just get to know like a routine and what works for you, and just be consistent. I know as far as food's concerned, a lot of people who are losing weight and who are like doing this kind of thing, like not eating sugar and just being really good, they do have cheat days, and a lot of them have it like a cheat day once a week. I personally just at this stage can't do that, and I think it's just about knowing your body. And if you can do that, I think like when I have a cheat day, I feel the impact of it. I feel like I've kind of set myself back. So maybe once a month would be okay for me, but I can't do it right now at once a week. But it's just about knowing your body and what you can do. I think though consistency is key. If you're just doing it day on day on day, you're being good, you will see the results. Exercise! Everyone's favourite little thing. I think though, I know I'm being sarcastic there, but I think the more you do exercise, the more you actually do love it. I personally love jogging. Love jogging. I always have, and it's always been part of my exercise routine. But I do feel that a very important thing that I've learned is that the body gets used to what you're doing exercise wise. If you do the same jog every day or like however many times a week, if you're doing the same route, then your body is going to get used to that, and it's gonna like acclimatize and just be like, oh yeah, this is fine, like I'm not going to lose weight when you're jogging me because I'm used to it now. So you need to be changing it up. You need to be doing different things that really work the body. So that's why I do jog. I do about 2 jogs a week. And then I try and do 2 HIIT workouts. That's high intensity interval training. And so I do that twice a week. And then I do 2 jogs a week. And then I'll try and do like my plank exercises, my ab workouts, and like more like toning exercises. So I'll try and do that twice a week. So that's kind of like what I do, and even when I'm doing the HIIT workouts, I change them up. I use Blogolates. She's amazing, Cassie Ho. If you haven't checked her out, then definitely do that. I will leave a link to her channel below. She does like amazing workout videos that are super quick, like get abs in 5 minutes, 5-minute fat burner. She does loads of HIIT workouts, and I just change up all the time the ones I'm doing so that my body is constantly moving in different ways. I'm constantly working different areas of my body. It never gets used to it. It never knows what's coming, I think is a really important thing. So yeah, just change it up. Constantly change it up. Okay, so my next tip is one that, yeah, I just really think is so true, and I think it really does help. Basically, find people that are on your wavelength. I think that majorly helps when you're trying to lose weight, especially when you're trying to lose weight and people don't think you need to lose weight. So like people might look at me and be like, why are you trying to lose weight, or why are you caring that if you don't eat that piece of cake, and like, oh, can't you just like live once or whatever? And it's just so frustrating, because when you're passionate about something, like if someone was passionate about, I don't know, becoming a doctor or passionate about skateboarding or passionate about hairdressing or anything, I would never say to them like, why are you doing that? Like, I don't like skateboarding, so why are you doing that? Like, being healthy and being active and just really understanding what's in food is something that I really enjoy. So, but people are always quick to judge, and they always just think that you're this obsessive freak who only cares about what she looks like. And I think it can be really like detrimental to your motivation, because if other people don't think you should be doing it, then you're seeing all the temptations, and it's just so easy to give in. But I think when you surround yourself by people who understand you and who are going through the same things and who are really inquisitive about food the same as you, then you share tips and you share things that you've read and you share meal ideas and recipes and workout tips. I just think that's amazing, and it's really motivating. And I, at my work, had someone that was exactly like me. She was so conscious about what she put in her mouth, and she taught me so much, and hopefully I like maybe give her a few tips as well, and we just kind of like helped each other out with it. And I just think that really helped me. And I'm talking past tense because she has left my work, which I'm very sad about, but we're keeping in touch, we're keeping each other motivated and keeping the support going. So yeah, I think it's just surrounding yourself with like-minded people is really important. And if you don't have that opportunity, if everyone around you doesn't really understand like your fascination for food and carbs, bad carbs, then try and use like bloggers and like forums and different things online that you can, you know, like little communities, and you can share tips that way. Just try and like surround yourself with people who are on your wavelength. Okay, so my second last tip, number 9, is patience. I think you really need patience. This is something that I've struggled with majorly, because I did this for about a month, but I didn't do it proper. I was still eating fruits and things that I shouldn't be eating. But I did it for, I was doing it for like a month. I was doing exercise and I just wasn't really seeing the difference. And I was like, why? Like, why? It's just like, it's the most unmotivating thing to like work that hard and then not see results. But then it started to come. The more I can think like stricter I was with my food, the better results I saw, and when I changed up my exercise and things. And I think when you're trying to only lose that little bit of weight, it takes longer to come off because your body wants to hold on to the fat. So it really is fighting against you, and you just have to keep going. I think that's what it is. It's just not giving up. It's just believing that it's gonna happen, believing that you are gonna get there. Have the image of the body that you want in your mind, and just know you're gonna get there, and just know how to get there and keep it going. But yeah, just be patient. It will come. Your body will change, and it will do what you're trying to get it to do eventually. Okay, so my last tip is really something that I've kind of spoken about through all of these tips, and it's just maintaining your willpower. Willpower is something that affects everyone in everything they do in life. So it's not just to do with healthy eating or exercise, it's to do with everything that you do in life. Being a nice person, having the willpower to not get angry at someone when they're really annoying you, having the willpower to go out there and achieve your dreams, achieve like the job that you want, your career hopes and dreams and all of that. And willpower is everything. Someone who has a great sense of willpower is a much higher achiever than someone who doesn't have the willpower and who gives up and who quits. And I'm saying that from experience. There's so many things that I haven't seen through. There's so many things in my life that I've started and I've not seen through because I haven't had the willpower, because it's been hard work and it's maybe not been as straightforward as I've wanted it to be, and I've just not had the willpower to see it through. And I think with food and healthy eating, it definitely is just so important, because you're gonna need the willpower. When you see that donut, I always refer to donuts and pizzas because they're like my worst enemy. Oh my god. Yeah, you need the willpower to be able to say no to that donut, say no to that pizza. And just knowing that the next morning is when I'm always so grateful, when I've not indulged and I'm like, yes, I did not do it. I stuck to my guns and I feel so much better for it. It's an achievement. Having willpower and doing things like that your body does not want to do is an achievement. It is an achievement to just fight through. It's all mental. You know, it's not physical. Your body isn't making your hand pick up the junk food and put it in your mouth. It's mental. It's a choice. And I think when you just realise it's a choice and that it's all about you and whether you decide to eat it, that's when you realise, actually, I'm not going to have that bar of chocolate. I am not going to have anything. I'm going to have a glass of water and my body is going to burn the calories. That is like where you need to be in your mind. So yeah, that is all of my tips. I know this is a super long video. I knew it would because I've got so much to say. I've got so much more to say. I'm going to be doing more videos on healthy eating, maybe some recipe videos, maybe some like tips on like top protein foods, top low carb foods, things like that. And I also want to do an exercise video. Not me actually doing exercise because that's never pretty, but just my tips for exercise and the kind of the different videos and stuff that I do, the different workouts that I do. So yeah, hopefully you like these kind of videos, and yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and leave supportive comments. I don't want to see no negativity and no judging or anything. You might think I'm crazy, but so what, like whatever, don't care, whatever. So yeah, just be positive, that's the most important thing, and leave comments below supporting people. Just always support people and when they're trying to do something like this, because it's so difficult, but you will get there, and it's just the best feeling when you do get there. So yeah, I'm giving you all my love and support for anyone who is going through a healthy eating, fitness, lifestyle change, and they're just wanting to make a better change in their lives. Your body will appreciate it, believe me. So I'm going to leave it there today, guys, and yeah, I will see you in my next video. Alright, bye! Mwah.